kind of tuning in, we are trying to do some testing here, but I don't have much faith in this one here. Might have to figure something out here. Oh, actually, I remember what I was gonna do though. Um. Um. Hmm. I'll test that this is still working here. Yeah. Um. No, not what I want there. Yeah, okay, that still works. Oh, shoot, why is this saying it's offline here? Yeah, why are you offline? It's saying YouTube's completely offline now. I don't really know why. Unless I just went to the wrong live stream there. That probably is very likely what just happened there. Oh, yeah, okay, I did totally just go to the wrong stream there. Yeah, I really... Okay, yeah, the copy of Twitch chat thing does carry over here, so... Huh. Why in the world does this not want to work for the YouTube chat then? That's what I want to know. This is just gonna be a test here, but... I don't know if these alerts are even set up with this right here or not. Oh, here we go. This is kind of what I'm looking for here. Hmm. I feel like I might have to play with this a little bit here, but, I mean... Huh. This actually might work here. Hold on. Is there not a duplicate option for this here? It'd be so much easier if there was. Well, there is a copy and paste one here. Might be a little bit jank, but... I'm just gonna try this for a minute. And... Hold on a minute. Because if I do this here... Why is that... Yeah, why did that just... Huh? No, not that. This might work, even if it's a little bit jank. Gonna do that there now. Yes, okay. That will work. We just kind of have to play around with this a little bit more here. because now it should show in that other box there now. I'm gonna have to mess around with this off camera here a little bit, but this is kind of the main thing I wanted to set up here was having this kind of I am gonna need to mess around with this a little bit here at some point, but yeah. Yeah, you know what? I mean, as long as I can still see like the YouTube text here, I might be able to roll with this for tonight. Just to see. Looks like it is sticking up on screen here. We can kind of see both the YouTube and the Twitch things there. Yep, okay, that seems like it's working for now. It'll be modified and messed around with a lot off camera, but this does seem like something I can definitely play around with and figure out how to get this going here, but yeah, that was kind of the bulk of what I wanted to test with, so yeah, in a minute, how about we switch to some Mario Kart, because that's probably what I'm sure a lot of people would want to look at here. Yeah, so how about we, so, with all that being said, how about we, go ahead and maybe get some stuff kind of, rolling. Hey Parks, I'm doing alright here. Just, doing a little bit of a Sorry, I'll go ahead and actually kind of get this rolling here. And actually turn my TV volume up. I guess actually before I begin here, this is kind of notable, I guess, except not really well, that this is my first stream on the Switch 2. Pretty cool system. I do not have very many games for it. By that, I mean I pretty much only have Mario Kart and... Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I do not have either of those physically. I'm more of a physical person, but this bundle was like $50 cheaper to get Mario Kart that way, so let's, kick off the new era here, I guess. So, Mario Kart World came out recently. I'm gonna say something maybe a little salty to kind of say this right up front. I've had more fun with this than I have for the last 11 years with Mario Kart 8. I'm sorry to say, I won't beat a dead horse here when I say that, but, like... yeah. Now... I'm just gonna kind of mess around a little bit with this for the time being, because... I think I have every costume in the game. Actually, correction, I know I have every costume in the game, because if I scroll all the way over here, it's saying that it's pretty much just random enemies that I'm missing here. But, yeah, I have all the costumes. I'm missing, like, 5, maybe 6 random enemies here, I think. Last night I got Cataquack and Peepa, which were 2 of the ones that I was missing. Not being a cow, just because it's the meme thing that everyone's kind of going around in. Not that vehicle there. I'll take the rocket, I guess. My plan for now, actually, weirdly enough, is I kind of want to play a little bit of Toad's Factory, because apparently a number of the things I'm missing can be found on this level here, so... figured, why not? We're just kind of gonna go ahead and get things rolling here. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this game. I actually wasn't really the first night that I had it, because, I don't know, it was initially kind of reminding me of just how difficult I felt 8 Deluxe was when that first came out, and then I played with some friends, like, the next night, and we played the rest of the Grand Prix. I didn't really have a chance to play it too much when the thing first came out, because I was, you know, I came home from work, it was already kind of late, I had to transfer all my data from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2, which took, like, that took probably a good 2 hours in of itself there, so... I didn't really get too much of a chance to play it that night, but I slowly became, like, quite happier with this game, and, I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite Mario Kart right now or not, because I just have so much attachment to a lot of the older ones, in a way. Like, I still really love, Double Dash, DS, and Wii a lot, but... yeah, at the same time, though, this game is definitely quite great in its own way as well. So, you know, I like that the lightning also Gets everything all wet there. Can get out of there with one shell. And also, speaking of, like, just the Switch 2 in general, you know, this past week we had that Donkey Kong Direct, which I thought that was really good. I don't know how many people really saw that or watched that. I feel like most people probably have, but yeah, that was quite good, I thought. I was not expecting them to kind of go that hard with DK Bonanza there. Let's do a drive to Choco Mountain to Toad Factory, why not? Again, I'm testing with Toad Factory here because there are apparently at least 3 characters I need can be found on this level, so... From what I understand, it is completely RNG if Kamek decides to even show up or not to unlock these other costumes. At the same time, my rebuttal to that is, like, people complain about how it's completely RNG to unlock these things. On one hand, I'm glad it's something mindless and not something that you have to really struggle for. And 2, at least this game has stuff to unlock, period. Because that was my biggest problem with 8 Deluxe, was that there was literally, like, nothing to unlock, and by extension, I thought basically no incentive of even playing it at that point. Can I say Parmesan cheese anymore with that, but there's a difference for you. I love when I have an item and I get hit by... And this game can be pretty tricky. I'm kind of sticking in a low position here just to... How did that erase my boomerang there? That wasn't even on me at the time, oh god. What? No, get the fuck out of here with that. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to be swearing already here, and that probably got this video blacklisted from... I don't know, I'm really looping out all of a sudden. This. I wasn't in... Oh god, Red Shell, I can't believe you didn't, like, retarget somebody else after that. That's what I want to see there. I didn't want to... I'm running this here, actually, unless I get a mushroom or something. Oh my god, bananas, no! I didn't want triples there. That was dumb. This game sucks, man. I don't know why. Anyone likes it. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I might say that about MK8. I don't say that about this one, though. Nah, MK8's fine. I just have a lot of issues with this. A lot of issues, but that's not what we're really here to talk about. We're here to just play some Mario Kart World. So yeah, everyone's doing well tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you're having a good night also. I'm no stranger to doing streams, and even on YouTube I'm not really a stranger to doing streams. I just haven't really done one in God knows how long, but at the rate Twitch has been kind of going on for years and years and whatnot, I figured I should probably figure out this multi-streaming thing. I'll need to figure out something here. I think I have a good idea of what I want to do with, like, doing a chat layout. I kind of wish it was something seamless I could do, but I'm sure with a little finagling I could figure it out. I also have no idea if doing these, like, sprint to the other stage, or doing, like, you know, like, just the stage itself is good for the lack to show up or not. Because I know when I got Cataquack last night, I was in just Peach Beach itself. This game has a great soundtrack, by the way, too. I figured you guys are probably aware of that by now, but this game has a really, really awesome soundtrack. I mentioned this when I was streaming Ape Escape there a few months ago now, which feels weird for me to say, but, like, it's probably really obvious, but, like, my most anticipated Switch 2 game at this point, to the surprise of no one, is, Kirby Air Riders. I've been wanting, like, a sequel to that game to the OG Kirby Air Ride for such a long time now that, like, I'm kind of in disbelief that we're finally getting a sequel to that after so many years. But yeah, and there hasn't been any other information about it, which I was really hoping we would get some of that this month, but they're like, yeah, let's just do a Donkey Kong Focus Direct instead, which, to be fair, that was more of, like, the overview trailer that they usually do when the games are coming out. It almost seems like they want to do, like, basically a Direct instead of the overview trailer, even though they're basically the same thing at this point. But DK Bonanza actually looks really, really good. I'm glad that's about to come out and kind of in the state that it's in. I still have to pre-order it, but, like, I'm sure I'll do that here soon enough, because it is definitely something I am interested in playing at this point. Question for you guys is what Switch 2 games, if you have a Switch 2, if you're excited for anything coming out, like, what would you guys, what's on your guys' radar? I know for me the other big obvious one is Metroid Prime 4. That was also a game that I'm really, really excited for. That's another game I can't wait for either, but yeah, I know it's probably going to be a little while before we get any information on that. Probably not too much longer, but yeah. characters that time, but that's all good. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Welcome to this weirdo of a game. Let's try somebody else. Maybe with one of the other characters. You know what, I'll be, Toadette and the Conductor outfit. Actually, I'll switch vehicles as well. I think I have... Oh, it's a little bit different. I was gonna say, like... I remember the Bolt Bill was, like, one of my favorite vehicles in, one of the other games. Here comes Reindeer Yoshi. Welcome to the stream. We're testing some, we're just playing some Mario Kart World right now. Actually, I should probably change the name of the game for that, and, like, Twitch and whatnot. Give me 2 seconds to do that. Sure, there's probably lots of people playing Mario Kart World right now, so I don't know if YouTube has a way of changing that or not, but... Yeah, I don't think YouTube has, like, a game option like that does, but yeah. Welcome to the stream. Here comes Reindeer Yoshi. Hope you're having a good day. We're playing some Mario Kart here. I'm just trying to unlock some of the characters here that I'm missing. The stage is at night. I like that the stages can appear in different colors in this game, in times of day. Wednesday I'm getting Switch 2 and Switch 2 camera and 256 gig micro SS card. I'm hopeful that's the correct, like, micro SD express card, because that's the... Probably sounded really impressive saying that, sorry, but, yeah, it needs to be, like, a specific, type of SD card for it, but I was worried about that too initially because, you know, when I initially went to pre-order, at least in Canada anyway, I don't think microSD Expresses are even common in Canada at all, so... See, just micro SD card, that makes sense there. But whenever I went to pre-order my system in the store, they were like, I just kind of asked them on a whim if they were having those, and sure enough, GameStop got some of those in, so... Which is good because... Oh, you're all good, Yoshi. Autocorrects happen. That's a little close there. That's really cool, though. Hopefully you have a lot of fun once you get your Switch 2, because it's been a really fun system so far. I'm really curious to see how it lasts kind of going forward here. I'm racing a lot on Toad Factory because this stage has a lot of... Apparently a chance of a lot of the costumes I need can spawn in this level, so... We haven't seen a single Kamek yet, which is kind of crappy, but... Oh well. I love how I know so many of these songs, and sometimes I'm placing a blank on trying to remember where some of them are from. Okay, this... okay, never mind. This is a past Mario Kart song. Oh, it's freaking... I think it's Baby Park. I'm dead sometimes. There's definitely a lot of tracks in this game where I'm just like, I know what this is, and yet I can't place my tongue on where it is, even if I know it kind of by heart. Yeah, I said it before, but I find it interesting that DK and Pauline only have, like, one alternate costume each, and Pauline's is just her biker outfit. This is gonna suck a bit. Oh, I'm landing that at least. Okay, good. Shoot. But a lot of people I know are kind of... a lot of people I know are thinking that, like, Kid Pauline and, like, Bonanza DK are gonna be, like, DLCs in this game, which I'd be down for, honestly. I think that's more interesting than, like, if they just made, like, a baby version of Pauline there. Have you tried GameCube Venice yet? Yes I have. I haven't played too much of the games on there, though. Like, it's not that I dislike them, it's just... like... Wind Waker I've played before, but I'm not really in much rush to go back to Wind Waker right at the moment. I like Wind Waker, but I don't... I just haven't been in a mood to revisit it, and, I feel like if I wanted to play Wind Waker now, I'd probably sooner play the Wii U HD version of it. And, yeah, I'm just not really in much, like, I haven't really been wanting to revisit the GameCube original of it very much. And the other two games are ones that I've always heard really good things about, but that I just didn't really play all that often. Like, I like what I played at Soul Calibur 2 and F-Zero GX, but they're not ones that I really grew up with, and I know, like, I like fighting games, but just, I don't really have any other friends who really play them too often, and whatnot, but, and I don't know, with F-Zero, like, just haven't really, kind of the same thing, I haven't really had anyone to play that with either, so... That's been kind of my experience with it so far, but I haven't actually played Wind Waker on there yet. I just know, like, I know how Wind Waker goes and everything. It's just not something I'm kind of in the mood of revisiting here lately. One game I'm actually, like, interested in a lot whenever it does come to the service is, the GameCube Mario Strikers. I haven't played that in a very long time. And I don't know what happened to my copy of it, because I know I had it growing up for a time. And then I just... I don't know if I just sold it or, like, traded it for something or got rid of it, but... The only thing I can think of with why I may have gotten rid of it would be that, I know that the Wii Mario Strikers has all the GameCube stages in it. That's probably my only thought as to why I would have gotten rid of the GameCube version. But yeah, I haven't played that game in a long, long time, so I feel like that'd actually be something I'd enjoy going back to. I can see that being a lot of fun with friends and everything, so I'm hopeful that'll drop sometime in the near future. There's a lot of GameCube games I would like to play on there, but yeah, I did do that one there. Can you go to the factory? Yes, okay, that's a very long track there. But yeah, that's what I'd be most interested in playing there, at least out of the games announced. I don't know for sure when or how this is gonna go, but I am generally interested in streaming the Ore Pokemon games when those getting out, when those come into service, Coliseum XD. Because I've always been interested in making some sort of content on those games, but just never really had a chance or a way to. XD I own, but I've never owned Coliseum, and I'm not about to pay what they're asking for it nowadays, because it's way too expensive for no real good reason, because, I don't know, just GameCube prices in general are ridiculous these days. Oh. That's unfortunate. I always hope to get... I always hope to get Kamek again, though. I know apparently it is possible to get Kamek in more than one race. Yeah. Fishbone, that is just a character I straight up need. Why that didn't just randomly hit me, because I would have been in an even worse placement than I already was here. I have no idea how to get, like, ahead in situations like that. Okay, apparently Boo ignores off-road but does not ignore conveyor belts. Good to see that. Naruto just got done playing some Minecraft, not bad. We're currently testing, I'm just playing some Mario Kart, trying to unlock some costumes now, but we're testing multi-streaming right now, so this is actually live on YouTube at the same time Twitch is, so yeah. Toad's Factor so much, trying to get Fishbone on the route between it and Drybone and Burnout. I think that's what we just did. But yeah, it's... who do I want to be? Maybe that's the Yoshi, I guess. Sure, I'll take the Rob, I guess. apparently Toad's Factory just has, like, several of the costumes I'm still missing, or the characters I'm still missing here. I'm missing, who is it that I'm missing, anyway? I know I got Peepa and Cataquack yesterday, so... Or maybe the day before, I honestly don't remember exactly what it was. Who am I missing here? I know I'm missing... I'm missing Swoop. Fishbone, Rocky Wrench, Coin Coffer, and Conkdor. Yeah, Coin Coffer, Rocky Wrench, and I think Fishbone as well, it said. I was looking on Mario Wiki, it said that multiple of those can all be gotten on this level here, the Toad Factory, so... I watched a clip from, this isn't the stage over. Maybe it was, I don't remember. Nice. I got a bunch of them through, like, kind of random breakthrough runs as well, but... And I guess I still have some knockout tours I still have to do as well, but... Yeah... There's a lot that... I just... still have yet to get here. Oh, come on, don't Mario Kart me now. Mushroom. You know I'm digging up an old meme at that point whenever I bust into that. Oh, shoot, I'm not winning this, I don't think, anymore. No, not with that, anyway. I'm honestly surprised I took second. I lost a lot of speed there. It is such a vintage meme there, like... God, that video is easily over 20 years old at this point. Can this go to the factory? Yes. Hey there, Bowie. Just playing some Mario Kart World for a little bit here. I haven't streamed in a long time, and I feel bad about not streaming in a while. Also, picture to my left here, a bird that I still need to get. Still didn't set up your Switch 2 yet? That's understandable, sometimes life can kind of get in the way. That's kind of why I haven't streamed in a while. I was even thinking I was going to do other things tonight, and then I was like... Plans kind of changed, and... I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try streaming this here. I'm kind of using this as a test here earlier to get, like, a YouTube integrated setup in here as well, so if for whatever reason you don't like Twitch, which there's a lot of people that have good reason to not like Twitch, I want that option to be available as well, so... Yeah, that's kind of where... I think... the channel will be heading in the future. Also, I'm notoriously lazy when it comes to uploading stuff. You know, there's a part of me that, like, okay, correction. I'm notoriously lazy when it comes to scheduling stuff, because every stream I have since... at least the last year and a half, like, when I streamed Mario Wonder, which was, like, in early 2024, I think. Those streams are all on YouTube, but they're still unlisted. I have not made those videos public yet, and I have no good excuse as to why. So, same for Sly Cooper, Thousand Year Door, any of the streams currently of, like, Final Fantasy VI, and, like, Mario Mon, and any other weird one-off or ongoing things here. I haven't played Mario Mon in, like, months at this point. Ape Escape hasn't been made public yet either, so these videos are all on YouTube, but, like, not public for whatever reason, and that's just kind of general laziness, I hate to admit. So, yeah. Oh, come on, get something new. Damn it! I have this one. I want this little guy. I'm actually curious now that I have the Switch 2. Not that this ever really bothered me much, but I remember some people were saying they had an issue with the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. There's like this weird lag that it does like almost every time it goes in and out of battle, I think. And apparently that's been fixed, or I'm curious if that's like fixed or not on Switch 2. Just because, like, extra processing power. Although, maybe not, I don't know, because I think it did that on the PC as well. I could be wrong, but I just remember reading someone was salty at the Pixel remasters for that, even though I'm sure, like, everything else I've played of them, there's still good versions of those games. At least out of the games I've played, like, Final Fantasy 4 and 6... You know, and I started playing a little bit of Final Fantasy V on there as well. Like, those games are, like, I don't know, to my knowledge, I don't think there's, like, a bad version of any of those games, I don't think. I could be wrong, maybe something might say, well, maybe the PlayStation 1 version of those games, possibly, because I know the PS1 had, like, super atrocious load times for any of those SNES RPGs that got, like, PS1 ports. I know those had terrible load times. I've seen that with one of my friends playing, one of my friends had the PS1 version of Chrono Trigger, and I was kind of taken aback at how bad the load times were in that, but if it's your only way of, like, playing those games, you know, I can understand too. I'm sure there was probably a lot of people who first experienced it on those versions and didn't have any other way to play Chrono Trigger. Speaking of which, can we get Chrono Trigger on the Switch 2 at this point? Or, like, the Switch in general and all the other consoles except for the PC, I guess, because like, that's a game we should have on all the systems here, and we just kind of don't. If only this game had Mario Kart's item options, but then again, that was kind of like in a way later update in Deluxe, and also that would be really broken if it did. you could probably just turn on, like, smart steering and just kind of hold... could you just... I wonder about that. Could you just, like, turn on smart steering and auto-accelerate and just let the game basically play itself while you try and, like, do that, I wonder? I never really thought about it that way, but... This gusty garden here. I know they remixed both Gusty Garden and they remixed both Gusty Garden and triple coins in this game. There's a lot of really good remixes in this game. I wonder if that's, like... Sorry, I'm just thinking, like... Not that I don't think I have access to this anyway, like... You know... I'm just thinking now... Like, if someone took, like, a turbo controller... Set the A to turbo and put something on that, so you didn't have to hold the controller or anything like that. Set, like, a... I don't know, a 32-lap race or something on... a stage, like the same one or whatever, and just had smart steering and auto-accelerate on. Like, I'm wondering, that sounds stupid, I'm well aware of that. You know, I'll be DJ, why not? Try, I don't know if Lacto will show up when frantic items on or not. I would almost think he would, but... Huh. Like... Kamek does show up on Frantic? Okay. I have no idea if that would be, like, any... faster or not. This is probably a really... dumb thing to do to try and let, like, a computer do this, but I mean... You know, it might be... It's a funny, like, element of this type of game here, because, you know... Like, watching a computer player do... Did get Kamek twice in one race. Yeah, you were telling me about that on... Quack, I think you needed there, I think, which I got there the other day. That one didn't take me too long. I just did, like, I think on, like, my third or fourth race on Peach Beach, I had Quack at that point. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, like, the original Mario Party a little bit. Like, it's sometimes fun just to watch like, computers do dumb stuff sometimes. But yeah, it seems like this DK AI is not really doing the best. Maybe a DK, I know I talked about this earlier, but I don't think a whole lot of people have time. Shoutouts to DK Bonanza, that game looks really good so far. You know, like, I was interested when they initially showed that, but I was like, I didn't really get, like, I wasn't like, I was hyped for DK Bonanza, but I still didn't really understand exactly, like, what the game was about initially, because, like, when I saw the initial trailer in the treehouse and all that, they kind of just made it seem like, oh, here's a 3D platformer where DK's just breaking a bunch of stuff, and now that I'm actually seeing kind of more about what it's about, you know, I wasn't expecting them to go as hard as they did on that trailer there, because, you know, I was surprised they kept all the Pauline stuff, like, in its own, like, such a secret for so long, because, you know, I figured that was going to be shown off in, like, the, you know, the initial trailer or something, but and I mean, I'm curious too, like, I like that it's also bringing back, you know, the other, let's go on a longer one here that they need. Like, there's just a lot about it that I'm really excited for about it, you know, Pauline, like, I don't normally care about Pauline in the other games, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't mind her in Mario Odyssey, but I just got really, I heard Jump Up Superstar so much that I was just like, the effect kind of lost its novelty on me. It's the same thing that why I don't really care about the Peaches song in the Mario movie too much, because I've heard that a lot. And yeah, but where are you going, buddy? But yeah, no, I was really impressed with what they were doing with the character, though, and everything that's, like, it's a trope I feel like I've seen before, but it's something that, like, I don't know, I like the characterizations of DK and Pauline this time around, which just feels really strange to say, considering it's, like, you know, like, let's just have a monkey and a child version of a character that's been around for forever. It does make me wonder, like, I've said this before, and I know you've heard me talk about this before, but, like, I feel like this is either a soft reboot or, like, just its own thing. And I don't play Mario games too much for, like, the lore or the continuity to begin with, but it's like, they have Cranky Kong, who was meant to be in, like, the OG Donkey Kong when Pauline was still in that game as an adult. And yet we have a very young child version of Pauline in a game that has old Cranky Kong in it. Like, it's, I'm just gonna chalk it up to just being its own thing at this point. But yeah, which in that sort of context, I don't mind at all, really. I'll try going for an airship, I guess. I'm definitely, like, really looking forward to hearing the full vocal version of that song that Colleen appears to be singing in the trailer. Sonic the fastest hedgehog in the stream? Or trying to get kind of costumes here, go figure here. Just kind of testing some stuff here. You're on YouTube here testing this off. We're doing a multi-stream test here on YouTube and Twitch here, so yeah, just putting some Bonanza here. Bonanza, yeah. Talking about DK Bonanza, because that direct was this past week. Yeah, I'm definitely a lot more excited for that now, and I should definitely pre-order that sometime soon too, because I haven't done that yet. There's a lot of good games that have come out so far this year. Like, I say that a lot, but, like, there's a lot of games I genuinely wonder, like, you know, like, what my game of the year is going to be this year. I have an idea, but trust me, I could be surprised by a lot of other stuff, you know. Like, I wasn't even like, I'm gonna be real when I say this, I wasn't expecting Mario Kart World to be this good, and it is. And I wasn't expecting Donkey Kong Bonanza to be that good, and it is. Or, like, at least from the trailer, but I enjoy Mario Odyssey a lot. I know I'm gonna love that game. But, you know, we can... It's like, already this year we've had, you know, this, which I probably wouldn't count as, like, my game of the year, given that, like, it's a collection of a bunch of old fighting games, but one of my favorite collections in recent times, we have a follow-up to this, which I cannot wait for when this is gonna get the fourth game. And we have a follow-up to this coming later this year, too, which I've wanted for, like, 20 years, so... There's a lot of good stuff coming here. Mario Odyssey's your favorite game? Nice. It was a really, really good game. Like, it was... It surprised me with how good it... Like, Odyssey came at a very weird time for me, because I was in a very... Well... I was in a lot of pain when it first came out. I probably have told this story before, but, when Odyssey was new, I had tendinitis in both my hands at the time, which basically meant, like, the fleshy palm parts of my hands, those had basically swelled up, and it was to the point where it was so sore, I could not hold the controller for more than 10 to 15 minutes at a time. And so, like, the first year the Switch came out, like, a couple months into the Switch launch, I hardly played that many games. I played a little bit of Splatoon 2 at launch, and I played, like... I played a little bit of Sonic Mania when that first came out, but even trading, like, zones, like, I played it with one of my friends, and we traded, like, I did one act, he did another act, and whatnot. I couldn't even get past the third world in Sonic Mania at that point because, like, my hands hurt that much. And that pain lasted me a long time. Like, most of 2018, I was gaming with ice packs in my hands. Like, I'd have the controller on my lap, resting on ice packs basically the whole time. Pretty much the entire LP of Nuts and Bolts at the time was actually done that way, and with a lot of ibuprofen. Eventually, things did heal over time. I attribute it to a number of things, so like, it wasn't just gaming at the time, I think, but I used to work a cashier at a grocery store at that time as well. And so I was, you know, several days a week, 6 hours at a time, I'd be like, you know, grabbing thing, putting it in bag, grabbing thing, putting it in bag all the time, basically. I did about 6 months of that. And it was like, partway through that was when the tendinitis was at its worst there. So, going back to Odyssey a little bit here, I didn't play it initially at launch. I actually waited until that Christmas to play it. I also just didn't really have any money either to play Odyssey back then, or to get it, so that was another reason why. But yeah, it kind of made it a little bit more special for me in a way, because yeah, I didn't have it at first, and I forget who got me the game, actually. I'm trying to remember if... I know that was like... Well, actually... No, the story gets a little bit weirder. I got sick that Christmas also. Like, I don't know if there was just a bad, like, cold or flu bug or something that went on that holiday, but I got pretty sick when that went on there. So, yeah, that sucked. And it was also my grandmother's last Christmas. She would unfortunately pass away the following, in 2018 at some point, in August. So, I forget if she was the one who got me, Odyssey or not, but if it was, that kind of makes it even more sentimental to me. I actually don't really remember. I'm also going to be right back and grab my tea. I'm gonna be honest when I say this, like... what is this, actually? I've hardly played Odyssey since, like, mid to late 2018. Because I just kind of got, like, you know, I was done with most stuff in the game and whatnot, and I didn't really want to revisit that second... I don't know, I enjoyed it so much that I didn't really want to restart it. I also just was, like, not done with the game at the time. There was a lot of stuff I was still missing then. But by the time I played... Like, I haven't played it in a long time, and I'm still gonna say it's my second favorite Switch game, like, really, really easily. Mild spoilers for whenever I eventually make... I've been working on a top 10 Switch games video for a while, and I even recorded the script for that, like, a couple weeks ago now, I think. But, yeah, I have yet to actually edit that. And, yeah, that's gonna be edited in a pretty quick amount of time, I think. I don't know. I might possibly work on that tomorrow. I still have yet to... There's a lot of stuff I have to still record, and last weekend especially, I put off working on that one, the Kirby's Adventure Extra video that just went live this week, which, check that out if you haven't already, because that took me a long time to put together. And by that I mean I was really lazy because I didn't want to play the same game, like, 2 additional times, and yet that's exactly what I did there. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. I should have used a freaking... Don't be red shelling me, I mean... What the heck even hit me? It didn't even look like there was a red shell there at all. did terrible this race here. Hey! Come on. Dumb. I'd like to at least get one costume to show up here, but we're just not having good luck with the Kamek. Actually, let's try with the frantic items. I wanted to try that with frantic, so hopefully that'll make Kamek show up a little bit easier here. Let's go! Is this the song I think it is? I did not know they remixed this. This is the Mario 64 credits song. Sorry, I just want to hear a little bit more of this here. Hear what they're gonna do with this next part of it here. They took guitars to this song. That is great. Sorry, I haven't heard this remix yet. That's really great. Carly and Mason, hi. Hope you're having a good evening here. Playing some Mario Kart, just testing out some interaction between multi-streaming here. We're streaming on both YouTube and Twitch here, which is probably going to be a thing in the future going forward. Yeah, I did not hear that remix yet. There's remixes in this I still have yet to hear. Hearing the guitar in that almost reminded me of... I won't spoil this because it's such a badass moment, but in Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, there's a moment right before... I'll just say it, it's right before the final boss. If anyone's played that, they know what I'm talking about here. There's a song called We're Counting on You, Mario, and I was not prepared for what they were going to do with that in the remake, and they more or less added like a lot of electric guitar to that, and it is such a, like, it is peak. It is such a peak moment for any Mario game, for any video game, I think. And yeah, that's like, that's kind of the similar vibe that it gave me there. I'm racing with normal or easy CPUs now. They're, like, I'm way ahead of them at this point. Yeah, we're otherwise just playing some Mario Kart World here tonight and just testing out a lot of stuff, trying to get some Kamek costumes here, which I'm not having any luck with at all, but I wasn't doing anything else tonight, you know. Yeah, they did bring Toad's Factory back after a long, yeah, it has been a long time since they brought that back there. Well, yeah, yeah, it was like the one Wii stage they just never brought back, which is kind of surprising. The thing I find funny about them bringing Toad's Factory back, similar to Moo Moo Meadows in a way, like, you know, that stage is being brought back, like, a lot now, because it's in base Mario Kart 8. But what I find really funny is it's probably, like, the simplest stage in Mario Kart 8, maybe, like, one of them. And that and Toad's Factory, first of all, like, they're both Mushroom Cup stages in Wii. That's funny enough on itself that they brought 2 Mushroom Cup stages back. They're in the Lightning Cup in this game, which is hilarious to me, because that's... Even if this game's structured differently, Lightning Cup's always historically been, like, the hardest of the... Lightning Cup's always been the hardest of, the retro stages, and we just have 2 Mushroom Cup stages from Wii in this game, which I just find hilarious. Especially Moo Moo Meadows, because, like, under no definition should Moo Moo Meadows be in Lightning Cup. It's just funny to me. And yeah, it was in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well. I just meant, like, you know, it's... When I say base Mario Kart 8, you know, that implies, like, what was in the game at launch on the Wii U, which, obviously, all the Deluxe basically, you know, it's in that by default, basically. That's all I was saying there. Why did I set this to frantic items? I'm genuinely surprised that these items seem anything but frantic. Did they bring back the Toad's Factory shortcut from Wii? Do you mean, like, the end where you can, like, ramp over the water pit? Because, like, the water's not even in this version, like, near the end. If you're wondering why I'm doing Toad's Factory a bunch of times, it's because I'm missing several costumes, and they... more or less, from what I understand, have a higher chance of showing up in this race in particular. I think the ending of that state of Toad's Factory is handled a little bit differently. Like, I don't think it's... one of my best friends really loves MKWii, so I'm generally familiar with most of the stuff in that. But I don't think... It's not really the same in this. Like, you can kind of ramp over the ending strip in this as well, but not really to the same degree that it was in the Wii version, because there's kind of just a dirt patch you can cut through there. But they also have the, like, there's like a girder that is new in this game that you can kind of grind over that section anyways, so it's different. It's different. I think the YouTube chat's also just a little bit, like, behind also anyway, but yeah. We could get a camera here. I almost feel like Fishbone might be the rarest of the costumes, but I'm not really sure about that. Then again, I really don't know what the odds are of those to begin with. Do a little bit of do some knockout tour after this, because there's still a few of those that I have yet to do. So yeah, here's the end here. Like, you see that there's like a whole dirt patch here. I think you can still kind of ramp off it a little bit there, but it's different, as you can see. The physics of this game are also just way different than Wii as well, and I feel like that's where, you know, you kind of just have to... You kind of have to learn that you're not playing Wii when you play this, you know, but... I'll do one more of... No, not Mario Circuit. Let's go to Toad Factory. Sure, like, what position, like, you have to be in to get the Buddha, or to get the Kamek to show up anyway, like... I wasn't paying attention, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the Mushroom Bridge music, because there's a lot of remixes in this game. A lot of remixes, especially from past Mario Kart games, and, like, just other Mario games in general. I know when I first played this game, one of the first songs I heard in it was a remix of the Mario Paint theme. So, we'll do some knockout tour. I haven't done any of that yet. Well, I've done this mode, I just not that much. Apparently people are saying that the baby blooper is like the meta vehicle in this game. I think I'll go with the Mach Rocket. Seems like it's stuff with high accelerations, the thing that's... well liked. I'm also only doing these on 100cc because god dang does 150 piss me off. As great on item arrows and blades. Directionals up. Of course, those outer rims are not faster at all. Good to know. Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful time. Oh, screw off. Oh, come on. Am I going to Wario Stadium here? I guess I am. Oh yeah, I totally am. This remix is really good. Again, this stage is also just really good in general. Well, I say that, and we were only in that stage for a very, very short time, but... oh well. Things are kind of neat. They switch positions and you have to kind of get them properly there. Whenever I see this bridge, it always reminds me of this one part in Simpsons Hit and Run. I think there's a bridge that's in a kind of similar position in that game, or like a similar like type of bridge. And I know like on top of it there's a like one of the Wasp cameras in that, which is like a collectible that you can get in those games, or in that game. There might even be a level card on top of it as well, I could be wrong, but... yeah. Hit and Run was a pretty fun game. I was never great at it, like I think I only got to like the third, maybe the fourth world at some point, the one where you play as... sorry, the world where you play as, Lisa, I think was as far as I got. So... did a stream of Hit and Run like a long time ago, like more than a decade ago. Oh, come on. Damn it. Not what I need. No. Not what I need at all. But that's like the main character list. Are people even still playing as the cow? I think some people are, but I don't know if the cow's like who people like. I don't know. Like I know there's like the really casual audience that probably doesn't care, but then there's probably like the dedicated, like the meta crowds who want to know like what the best character and vehicle combinations are. And I said that's gonna like take years to figure out because that changed all the time in like, especially 8 Deluxe. I know that changed a lot, and I guess in Wii was kind of always agreed on that Funky was like the best character, but like even from an early stance, but so great. Know the best strat for water in this game. I'm kind of just doing like the short hop turbos just to try and get, like, a little extra speed when going through, but I don't know what the best, like, strategy for that is. I think I only had, like, 3 more knockout tours after, like, not, like, I think this is even one of them here. I forget how many of them I've done, but I may just finish these off tonight, possibly. This stage is really cool, too. Lots more items, though. That might be decent there. I don't really like changing my outfit much, but I know these are a speed boost here. Some cool Japanese-inspired music. Found me a moose. Oh god, I remember a really stupid meme I saw about that one time where, this is so stupid to remember this one, but does anyone remember when there was this meme where it'd always be like these, like, it'd be like these, like, older women in, like, skimpy clothing, and it'd be like, I'm looking for Carl. He left his thing here. Can you tag him and send him to me or something? It was something like that, basically. And I saw this one, like, Newfie group page that I was following at a time that was like, yeah, I'm looking for a moose. Can you tag him when you see me here? And it was like a picture of, like, a Newfie hunter or something like that. I thought that was, like, the funniest version of that meme. Stage I am really familiar with. I kind of wish they kept the... This would have been so stupid and probably not make any sense with the way this game's structured, but I wish they kept the item box that was a guaranteed mushroom or star. That was, like, the dumbest thing, but, like, the funniest thing that was in the original version of this stage. And I think it was in the 7 version of it as well. I could be mistaken about that. I know that was a thing in this stage originally. I always thought that was, like, really, really funny. What knockout tours do I have? If I only have 2 more left, I'll probably do those. Yeah, I only have 2 more. Let's do all these here. I see a rocket wrench in that thumbnail, so... Okay, I know this route can give quite a bit of stuff that I'm still missing, so... Fingers crossed. I love how cute Toadette is in this outfit, like... Toadette probably gets my favorite outfits in this game. Rosalina as well, but, like... I don't know, I like Toadette just because I feel like she's just a purely, like, cutesy character, but not in, like, a... Like, she's just a cute character. That's all you can really say about that. And... Oh, hello. This item's here, actually, because I've, like, barely gotten it. here. If this was Double Dash, I probably would have sank in the Sarlacc pit there. So, Ardo, I don't know if you're still here, but I just saw that message you sent me on Discord, like, almost an hour ago. And all I can say to that is about damn time, because that was, like, the world's worst kept leak for so long. In this mode here, if you want to get a 3-star, you have to finish it first in every single section, so I only just barely did that there. How do I get a coin in second and you get triple greens in first? That is some rigged-ass game design there, game. That seems like the most rigged freaking game design. Oh, come on, come on. Nab it. Also, how did I not get the item I wanted? Oh, this is gonna suck. So far ahead of me here. Okay. Let me actually take advantage of this situation. There we go. Oh, thank God. That was the time to do this. Probably just need to start getting more coins here. I feel like that's what I'm lacking right now. This song's definitely familiar with Sonic 2. I think there's my mind on what it is. Oh my God, how are you in... How did she get that fast and that far ahead of me there again? What the fudge was... How did both of these people get that fast and that far ahead of me there? Oh my... Why did that have to show up like the minute I got rid of my Mario Kart? Oh man, this is... Well, this is a long section, it looks like. That didn't get thrown nearly where I wanted it to either, but okay then. That's kind of the item I would have wanted there, which didn't seem like it hit where I wanted it to. How are these guys so good at dodging every little thing here? God. Are you kidding me? What is this? Oh, perfect, finally. Don't you dare super horn this, I swear to God. Get out of here, game. I'm still in first one across this way. Bridge here, getting good old mushroom bridge vibes here. This sucks. That's not, though, because... Oh, transform me, transform. What do you mean, no Oh, it's the freaking... This one. Kind of dumb, I wish that it would have transformed. He has transformed into... Habit. Can we not with that? There's mushrooms along the path going up there. I think I'm doing decently now, but... It's annoying when the game's like, yeah, let me give you nothing but, like, a super horn and a banana while your opponent has triple shells and a mushroom and there's no way to catch up to them, basically. This I can't see what I'm going here, but open the wild cornberries. Oh my god, no. Good thing the computer is, like, brain dead in this sometimes, because they'll often lob multiple shells at you all at once. Get all these Martys here. Oh, that's gonna hit me, yeah. The gold shell usually doesn't attack the person in first, I find. That will, though. Oh my god, stop with this... Do you mind? Where's the last stage in this? Is it Dino am I going to? I would have loved that star there, but I don't have a way of attacking you to get there. There's a lot of stars here. I hope to God Birdo doesn't attack and grab one of those stars there. He swallowed the warp star! It's question mark ruins. I think that's actually where we're heading here. Yeah, that's judging by the layout here. That's exactly where we're heading here. That's good, because this seems to be, like, the fan-favorite new level in this game, I think. It's understandable. It is a really, really awesome level here. I've said this before, and, like, I've even heard friends say the same thing. It reminds me a lot of the... Just the aesthetic kind of reminds me a lot of the Papu's Pyramid level from Crash Team Racing. I've even had, like, online races on this level where I've come in first, which is impressive, because I don't really play these kinds of games online, and I know this is maybe, like, one of the more technical levels in the game. I'm not great to do a weird, crazy shortcut off the ring there that a lot of other people do. I'm just fine with taking this tight and take that in a context as you will, and we'll finish this without ever speaking of what I just said again. Let's do the last of these knockout tours and we'll probably call it a night. I'm curious if there's, like, anything to get for doing all the knockout tours. I figured this last one would have sent me on to, like, Rainbow Road or something, but it doesn't appear to be guess, well, it's not gonna be at Rainbow Road or anything, but Peach Stadium is the finale for this. Maybe I'll do a race on Rainbow Road just to show it off. It is... Rainbow Road in this game is so good. Best Rainbow Road in the series, I think. And that might be a recency bias, but... like, when I analyze all the Rainbow Roads again, like... this game's Rainbow Road is just that dang good. It is... like... dang close to perfection. If I feel like I'm going so slowly here, but I also feel like it might just be having played so much 150cc earlier in the night and now going to 100cc. Really? Also, I feel like rain in this desert would probably be really bad. I feel like this would just be nothing but mud at this point. What is this song from somewhere as well? I can't place my mind on it, my finger on it. Transform, Rocky Wrench, Rocky Wrench. No, come on, we're in the Rocky Wrench level. Give me freaking Spike. So dumb. Oh my god, no. Oh, this is not great. Uh-oh, this is really not great. Oh my god, how is that? I'm gonna freaking lose right here because I don't have a way of... hold on, can I draft this? You know what, screw it. I'm not accepting that. That was early on in the course there, but... actually, I'm gonna switch to the conductor outfit. That's probably my favorite of the Toadette outfits here. That was really stupid. I couldn't... I hate when, like, that's, like, my biggest pet peeve with Mario Kart is when something stupid like that happens right at the end there when, like, there's nothing you can do to control that. Why I restarted there is because if you want 3 stars and everything, you have to, and I mean you have to, finish every section there in first, basically. And I just think that's sometimes a bit extreme, especially for the first one, where it can sometimes be a struggle to even get ahead of everyone. And then the last one can be usually kind of a nightmare as well. Can you please not attack me, Mr. Plant? That'd be great. Can you please, like, stuff like that can just feel out of your hands at that point, you know, like, I should have probably looked, but how was I supposed to know there'd be a blue shell right there? Wish I had stuff that would control my speed here, not as much this here, but... how was I not getting my... oh my god, how did I not get a speed boost off of that? That was... like a trick ramp. That was really dumb. That's what I want to see there. Ahead of me here. How are you just, like... I don't get the speed in this at all. Like, it feels like the characters just have way more, like... Yeah, he's on the rail there. That's generally slower, I find. Right here, I had no way of protecting myself from a shell that I didn't know would come there, and had no way of catching up to Wario at that point there, so... Sorry, if I sound like I get a little heated in Mario Kart sometimes, it's because I do. Maybe Mario Kart DS if I didn't try snaking a bit here. This would be a good time. Please give me Fishbone. Please give me Fishbone here. No Fishbone. Oh well. Of course, show up there. A few weeks. Hope everyone who's had a Switch 2 is been really enjoying it. And if you don't have a Switch 2 yet, if you're interested in it, I hope you can hopefully get one sometime in the near future. And if not, then hopefully maybe there's like no games free right now, and well, hopefully something will come along those lines in the near future. I know I got just about every game I could have wanted on the Switch 2 so far. That's not true, but I mean, that was a good time for that. Oh my god, freaking... This is what I mean by, like, it's such a stupid... You freaking jerk, baby. Oh my god, no, this is bad. This is really bad. I need, like, an item. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to use that right then and there. Shoot. Perfect! What a freaking snipe! Oh my god, that was beautiful. Probably don't need to clip something like that, but oh my god, that was, like, the most well-timed shell that I could have thrown there. I'm even surprised that works, honestly. There's that freaking thing there. Yeah, W for me indeed. Like the look of this at all. Even Luigi got hit on something there. That's good. Basically gonna be from here to Peach Stadium and then a lap around that. I'm surprised Knockout Tour wouldn't end with, like, Rainbow Road, but I guess there'd probably be no way of really doing it, even though this is, like, kind of the aesthetic and the stage that takes you to Rainbow Road. I just like that they made Rainbow Road feel, like, genuinely special, actually unlocking it. Like, it felt like, you know, they put the term special in Special Cup. It was just such a, like, peak moment that, you know... I can't really describe it. If you haven't played it yet, then, you know, it's something I would definitely recommend experiencing. Start driving, please. I also have a feather for this right now. Apparently the rewind is really good for dodging blue shells. But, I don't know, I always feel risky even doing that too, because, you know... Stop giving me the feather, I don't like this. Well, that's it for Knockout Tour, I guess. I almost feel like there should have been more to this mode, but... Okay. I doubt you get anything for doing it, maybe a sticker, but, I mean... I know you have to do it to get all the... Like, you do have to do it to get, mirror mode in this. I don't remember what the requirement for it is. I know I saved it somewhere. I know I saved it somewhere, and I can't seem to find where I saved this to. Whatever. I'll do like a couple more factory rounds, and then we'll end the night with some remote. Oh no, not free. We'll do like a couple more factory rounds, and then end the night with good old Rainbow Road. Funny you mentioned that, Bowie. I hope I can show where that is. Data management. Yes, I definitely did. I realize you probably can't see that with the chat covering that in the stream there, but yeah, there's free space is 672 gigs on the SD card. I got, the brand I got was just a, it was just I guess a generic GameStop brand, like it says GameStop on the package, and that's where I got it from, so I'm just gonna say a GameStop brand. But yeah, that is where I got mine. Yeah, that's kind of why I got this when I did, because, like, I filled up I almost filled up a 512 SD card on just the Switch alone, and that's most of my Switch games. Like, I don't even think I have everything re-downloaded. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that I'm still missing that isn't downloaded here. Like, I can look through my library and see what isn't downloaded here, not that I that's not interesting, but I am kind of curious myself. But yeah, like, a lot of my stuff was, like, not even downloaded on the Switch, just stuff I had archived from over the years. It's actually a good time for that there. I want to start getting physical Switch 2 games, but, like, here's my thought on the thought process on this. Like, if it's gonna be the dumb, like, the keycard system, if it's gonna be the keycard system, I am gonna opt for a digital version of that. In Mario Kart World's case, it's because the bundle was a lot cheaper as well, that's why I got this digitally. But for stuff that's gonna get a normal physical release that I want, that's actually on the cartridge, like Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll use that for an example. I'm gonna opt for that physically, because I do like collecting physical media when I can, because I do, you know, I like that advent, basically, but yeah, it's, from the sounds of it anyway, I hope they can figure out some sort of solution with the game key card situation there, because I think a large part of that is, it just seems like Switch games are either 16 gig or 64 gig, and there's no in-between on that. So, a lot of publishers aren't wanting to opt for the bigger games. Though, granted, I've heard some other weird instances of, like, I could be wrong about this, maybe someone might be working and can correct me on this, but, like, I think I heard Bravely Default 2, or not Bravely, the Switch 2 version of Bravely Default apparently is nowhere near the limit on that either, and, like, it's a game key card, so I don't know for sure, I could be wrong about that, but that's what someone told me, that was a case of Square Enix being Square Enix, I guess. I don't know for sure, really. The only Switch 2 games I have right at the moment are this and Sonic X Shadow Generations, and since that was a key card, I just opted to buy that digitally. Technically speaking, I own the original version of Sonic Generations physically, so it doesn't really matter to me too much, but I would have gotten that either on here or on Steam anyways, so I don't mind getting it on here though. I'll read your comment in a second there, Bowie. It's just hard to read that when you're in the middle of a race. Oh my god, and now everybody else is getting here. Fine. You guys like the factory. I've gotten triple bananas like every single item this race. Having to download the digital version off the game in my game card. Yeah, that's pretty much kind of how I feel. I kind of get in some cases, like, you know, I've bought, like, I'll use this as an example here, because it's actually been something I was playing with it recently again. Grab it. Something like, this, for example. This is Spyro Reignited Trilogy. The thing with this, I remember, is that Spyro 1 is, sorry, I'm just trying to think how many races that was there now. You know what, like, let's just end the night off here with the best stage in the game here. So Spyro Reignited, yeah, it says on the front here, before I get into Rainbow Road here, it says download required. You probably can't read that box there, but it says download required, see back. Game requires download of at least 10 gigabytes, micro SD recommended. In essence, like, that's a case where, from what I understand, Spyro 1, I think, is on the cartridge, but Spyro 2 and 3 you have to download, which is a really weird thing, but I guess they just couldn't fit the whole thing on the cartridge, basically. Like, I think it's bigger than the 16 gigs, and that's already really heavily compromised, or compressed. Yeah, I have no idea how that really works there, Bowie. I've heard people say the same about, like, digital game, like, thinking digital games should be less than physical just because, like, you know, you're not paying for the money to, like, print it, basically, but I have no idea how that really works. Anyways, enough about that, because, oh my god, this is the most beautiful Rainbow Road has ever been. There's like a 16-minute version of this, like, song on YouTube here. I've listened to that, I've lost track how many times I've listened to that video, even though there's a few parts of this song that probably shouldn't be extended as that long, but look at the map of this level here. This is, like, so good to have, after all this time, a long Rainbow Road again, and a good Rainbow Road again, because, oh man, this is such a good level. I've said it before, but probably my new favorite Rainbow Road. I actually did a tier maker of them before. Show that off after this here, even though it's probably has a few unpopular opinions in there, but whatever, fuck it, it's my list, I don't care. This is just a really beautiful area too here. You know, you're kind of like swimming in this here, you see all the colorful Lumas and everyone just kind of cheering you on. And I love this part of the music here too. The extended version, I scored loops that part a bit too much, but otherwise it's still really good. And then you go to space here, and you see the station off in the distance, and it's like... like, this is a way better space station than the one in Mario Kart 8. I'm just gonna come out and say it. And it feels like a subtle homage to both, like, Super Mario Kart and 8, because it's a space station, but it has a similar aesthetic to, like, the original, or at least the 8 version of SNES. With, like, especially with the rainbow thwomps and everything. Like, you bring back the rainbow thwomps and all that, and then you're not in this section for too long, but it's long enough just to be really cool, and then you kind of start to circle back a bit more, too, and... God, I love this so much! This is... You see, like, the Mecha Kong and the T-Rex and all the train and everything kind of just comes back together. And to sell it off even more, the music in this area is so good. Like... especially right here. And then you're just wondering when it's going to end there, but then you loop around here and you realize this giant thing here is your end goal. That Rainbow Road is peak. It is, I'm going to say it straight up front, the best Rainbow Road in the entire series. Okay, that was the last thing there. Like, that Rainbow Road is the most peak peak Rainbow Road in the series. Did I save that tier of the... Yeah, I did. I did save that Rainbow Road tier list here. Probably some unpopular opinions here, but, like... Yeah, for me, it's... Mario Kart World's Rainbow Road... Both versions of 3DS Rainbow Road, I really can't decide which one I like more, but they're both high up there. I mean, it's the same stage, just, you know, one's in 8 and one's in 3DS, but they're both peak. And, I really, really like Double Dash's Rainbow Road. Oh, sorry, I guess they're not 70, look, it's like the GameCube card. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say on the whole GameCube card discussion there at that point, but fair enough. It's good that they're not 70 there, for the most part. Mario Land music here. Mario Land 2 music specifically, that is such a good deep cut song to get in here. Yeah, I really like both versions of Wii Rainbow Road and OG N64 Rainbow Road. I would also really rank up, like, DS and 7's Rainbow Roads as well. I honestly feel like I should have, like, I almost want to bump DS's Rainbow Road up a little bit more, but it's not quite as good as, like, Wii's, I think. It's still a good Rainbow Road in its own right. It's very good, I think. I almost feel weird putting the Double Dash one up so high, but I really love the aesthetic of that stage. It's just the... Double Dash's physics are so weird, and that bend is, like, that part you see in the thumbnail there is so tight to take around there. Like, that turn is really awkward, I find. It may seem weird that I put, like, 3 different versions of SNES Rainbow Road in 3 different tiers, but in truth, I love it on, like, SNES, like, sorry, I love it in 7. SNES Rainbow Road, I'm not... It's the SNES controls, I think, that kind of hold it back in a way, but I mean, it still set the precedent for what Rainbow Road is. The 8 Deluxe version, like, I don't mind playing on it, because 8 Deluxe plays fine, but I don't like the aesthetic of it. I think it looks worse than the 3DS one. The 3DS one, I love, like, the starry background of it, but in 8, they just made it look like a nighttime New Super Mario Bros. Stage, and I don't think that suits it well. I also just didn't really think they needed to bring that stage back, if I'm being honest, either. I really don't have much to say about the Super Circuit one, but... Yeah, and then the 8, the other 2 ones from Mario Kart 8, I just... Yeah. 64's Rainbow Road, I think, should have been way longer. At least 2 laps, not the section version of it. And I'm sorry, I just don't like Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road at all. I think it's a letdown from 7's, and just, I don't know, I don't really care for the whole space station aesthetic, and I don't think it's... I find it tough to race on, but not the satisfying thing that I like about Rainbow Road. Anyways, we've been going for like 3 hours, and we didn't get a single costume tonight, but it was a nice test here, a nice test to try out the whole YouTube streaming here, and all that sort of fun stuff. So, yeah, I'll definitely revise this layout a bit more, and figure something out for displaying the YouTube and Twitch chats. But yeah, this has been fun though. This has been fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed everything. And yeah. whenever I hear this Mario World, like, Force of Illusion music here, I always think of the animated series. Anyways, with all that being said, I think we're just gonna kind of call it a night there, so thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm sure we'll do more of this here in the future on both channels now, so thanks everyone for watching. I've been Summering, and I'll see you guys next time. Have yourselves a great night, and peace out.